What is up guys, it's RJ here, and bit by bit, little by little, I'm starting to improve my workspace on my workstation with these incremental upgrades. I do plan on making a desk setup series where each episode will showcase what upgrades I'm making, and the goal is to ultimately build this epic desk setup. Everyone knows as a part of building the ultimate desk setup, a monitor is very important. So this is a 4K USB-C monitor with Thunderbolt support that I recently picked up from Dell, and it goes for around $600 US. And I figured some of you out there might be interested in my thoughts on this Dell monitor, which I've been using for over a month now. But before we do continue, if this is your first time here on this channel, I would really appreciate it if you guys could leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel because that would go a long way in helping me out. As I did mention, this is the Dell 27-inch UltraSharp 4K monitor, model number U2720Q. That is a mouthful. It's a very good 4K IPS LED monitor, and it does come with HDR support and a wide array of connectivity options. Just like every Dell monitor out there, it has great ergonomics and it's easy to adjust the monitor to get an ideal viewing position. You can even rotate to portrait mode in either directions if you are into that. I almost forgot to mention, if you are interested in this monitor after watching this review, Amazon links are listed in the description below. Also, this is huge for me personally. It does have a USB-C port which supports Thunderbolt, and it dishes out 90 watts of power, so my MacBook Pro is always charged and ready to go. The reason that I went for this specific monitor is because it did fit my budget, and I wanted something that was very color accurate for color grading and just content creation in general. Not to mention, I just love the ergonomics and style of this monitor. It looks very minimal and professional with rather thin bezels on all sides, and the stand is a flat rectangular base. The monitor is almost entirely made of plastic, but there is no issue with the build, and while the stand does feel a bit flimsy, it does support the monitor well. Over on the back, this monitor has two USB-C ports that do support Thunderbolt, which, if you didn't know, has a higher bandwidth and speed when compared to a USB-C port that doesn't support Thunderbolt. It's important to note that only one of the USB-C ports can be used for charging your laptop, and it does even charge when the monitor is turned off. This Dell monitor is not meant for gaming by any means. I bought this with solely the purpose of editing YouTube videos in mind. Now, I was looking for a 32-inch 4K monitor, but they were either too expensive or just currently out of stock. I'm assuming this is because everyone is currently working from home and buying monitors for their own home setups. So I decided to go with this 27-inch, and it's actually not that small considering the distance I sit between the monitor and the chair is about 3 feet. This Dell monitor does come with HDR support, but it does lack color gamut and contrast, which does make HDR viewing experience noticeably better. I do strongly feel like Dell can improve upon the HDR support in future iterations of this monitor. Now, image quality wise, based on an IPS panel with 10-bit color support, this monitor delivers vibrant, consistent, and accurate colors. The monitor does come factory calibrated out of the box, and it does cover 99.9% of the sRGB color spectrum, further proving the fact that it is an adequate display for professional color critical work. And let's not forget, this monitor does deliver 4K Ultra HD resolution, which looks very crisp and delivers some good quality pictures with very vivid details and plenty of screen real estate. The image quality, I would say, is stunning, which is something that I did expect from Dell in this price range. The only downfall in my opinion is the HDR support. This Dell monitor doesn't have G-Sync or pre-sync for gaming, and I'm totally okay with that. The only games that I have time for these days is League of Legends, and this monitor is more than enough for some League of Legends. The refresh rate is limited to 60 Hz, and it doesn't support any variable refresh rate technologies. It does have a 5 millisecond response time, so it does deliver some quick response, but you are limited to that 60 Hz panel, so gaming on this monitor might not be for everyone, especially if you are into a lot of first-person shooter games like CSGO. So I believe the Dell 2720Q is a good 4K monitor for most people, especially for any sort of productivity tasks. You can get so much work done with multiple windows simultaneously opened. Its 4K resolution makes text and images look really sharp, not to mention it has low input lag and response time is rather decent. It has impressive coverage of the Adobe RGB color space, which is huge for content creators, and it is factory calibrated right out of the box. If you are interested in this monitor, Amazon links are in the description below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to flex with your tech.